Okay, guys, so we are going to write a compare and contrast paper. That sounds horrible. I know you're thinking right now, you got to be kidding me. But I think it'll be fun because here's what it's going to be about. It's going to be about the Summer Olympics versus the Winter Olympics. We just had the Winter Olympics, and I thought that would be relevant and interesting, to be honest. So, Summer Olympics versus Winter Olympics. Now, if you guys remember, we have read this already, and we're going to follow this exact format because whenever a teacher gave me something to actually go off of, I was so happy. It made life so much easier. So we're going to follow this format right here. If you remember, we read this compare and contrast essay over movies and plays, or I should say movies versus plays. And we're going to do the exact same thing. All we're going to do is we're going to replace movies with Summer Olympics and plays with Winter Olympics. And I hope that'll really make it easy on you guys. Now, before we can do any of this, before we can do anything, we've got to get information about the Summer Olympics and we've got to get information about the Winter Olympics. And that's what I want you guys to do today. I want you some of you might want to use paper and draw out your own chart. Some of you might want to use a doc. It's up to you. But we need to find information on the Summer Olympics, and we need to find relevant information on the Winter Olympics. Now, in order to find information, we can't just write down a bunch of stuff. That doesn't really serve much of a purpose. So we got to get more specific. And in order to get more specific, here's what you're going to have to do today. So I'm going to skip past where you see this hook, bridge, thesis, statement, topic, sentence. We're going to come back to that, of course, but we're not going to worry about that right now. Here's what you're going to need to do today. Now, read what I type. Okay, you will need to come up with 5 or more questions. 5 or more questions you feel should be answered about the Summer or Winter Olympics. And those questions will guide your essay. Those questions will guide what it is that you put in here for us to learn about. Because again, I want to say this again, you don't just want to write down a bunch of random facts. Okay, anybody can look up a bunch of random facts. So we need to get specific. Come up with those questions that you feel people would want answered, and then do the research and answer those questions. Now remember, this is going to be pretty simple as far as organization because you're going to put Summer Olympics on one side, Winter Olympics on the other side, color code, do whatever you have to do to make it very obvious and answer those questions. You've got your computer to do your research. I would go to reputable sites, one being, of course, like an encyclopedia.com. That would be one. Any websites that the library has to offer. And then obviously Google is a place where they have a lot of great stuff. So get that information. And then once we're done with that information, because a lot of you are going to get moving pretty quickly with this, we're going to come back to what the hook, the bridge, and the thesis statement / topic sentence is. Now, I want to show you, I want to give you an idea, and we're going to come back to this, of what I'm talking about when I say a hook, a bridge, and a thesis / topic sentence. And we have read these stories right here before. So I want to show you a couple things on these stories. It's not letting me move, but that's okay because I can show you this right here. If you remember, we read Jellyfish for Dinner. Now I want to point out what a good hook is. If you read this very first part, this is an excellent hook. You're at a restaurant and a strange dish arrives at the table. You recognize the carrots and the cucumber, but what are those long noodle-like strands? Now you notice that is an excellent hook. That makes you want to read more about this. That's what a hook is all about. Now, they continue on with their hook. They keep going. You lift a forkful to your mouth. It's crunchy in a wet sort of way. Not bad. And then they tell you you've just eaten a jellyfish salad. So now this is still a hook, guys. They're still hooking you. Now we're gonna come back to this right here. This bridge. What is a bridge? Well, I'm going to show you a bridge. Some scientists would say you're also helping to solve a big problem. Jellyfish are multiplying around the globe. They're menacing beachgoers and crowding out the other ocean species. Now, we come to what we call the thesis statement / topic sentence. Now, here it is. The thesis statement is right here. Scientists think there's one good way to keep jellyfish under control. Eat them. Now, this is the thesis statement / topic sentence. This is telling us what this entire story, or the rest of the story, is going to be about. Actually, a thesis statement can stand alone. If a person were to read just your thesis or topic sentence, they should know exactly what your paper will be about. Now, again, guys, if you get to the point where you think you can tackle the hook, the bridge, and the thesis today, or one of those, that's great. But we're going to come back to that soon. But what I really want you to focus on today would be these 5 questions and answering them and getting your information so you can actually inform us about the Summer Olympics versus the Winter Olympics. Okay, have fun.